So I don't normally ever come on here and post anything except of my dog because he's absolutely gorgeous. But I am extremely frustrated being a full-time employed person living in Florida and not being able to afford to live. I have spent my whole fucking day off trying to find a, more affordable place to live because I can't afford fucking $1,300 a month in rent and then fucking a $650 car note and then $300 in fucking insurance and then you got utilities and it's just it's either I eat or I pay my bills, and then even then it's like, okay, well, which bill's gonna be fucking late this month? And I'm so fucking sick of it. Like, all these fucking apartment complexes and realtors and even private renters, fuck you. Fuck you so fucking hard. And I mean that with everything in me. Fuck you. I, nor anybody else, should be working 60 plus hours a fucking week and not be able to fucking live. I'm about to crash the fuck out. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me losing my fucking mind. I don't know. But I'm about to lose my shit because I just can't take it.
I understand people are misinformed. I'm going to vote for this person because of this, but how can most working Americans truly think that who we have right now in the White House is going to help us? How do they think that that's going to work out? How can you have someone who was born into wealth? They've never known what it means to struggle. They don't know how much groceries cost. They don't know how much the price of things are because that's not something they have to worry about or ever had to worry about. So how can you expect someone like that to be able to relate to the everyday working American who is literally struggling so bad right now with grocery prices, the cost of electricity doubling, the cost of water bills almost doubling, the cost of everything has skyrocketed. But people voted for this because they thought that they were going to bring grocery prices down. Grocery prices have gone up tremendously. Any meat is so expensive. Coffee has doubled in price. Coffee. But you guys truly thought that someone who's never, ever, ever experienced true struggle would be able to relate to you and they were going to help you and bail us out? Like, it's just beyond delusional to me that you guys could think that he was going to do those things. That big, beautiful bill is only big and beautiful for the top 1% of people in this country. The rest of us, we are struggling paycheck to pay. I make good money, and I'm still struggling. It's unacceptable. I can see how people get to that place mentally where they feel like, I can't do this anymore. I really don't know if people who get up and work a real full-time job are going to be able to survive the next 3.5 years if things stay the way that they are. I truly don't know. And I truly believe that the suicide rate is going to skyrocket.
Hey, we live in central Illinois. Our electric rates just went up 50%. My nephew has a ranch home that's probably 1,200 square feet, and his bill went from $260 to $560 in the last month. No difference in usage. The company just increased their rates 50%. So I'm curious if you have a similar home in a surrounding state, what you pay.
So we in America can't even afford to live anymore. This 1976 cost of living, the average income was $16,000. A home was $43,000. New car, $5,000. Rent, $220 per month. Just look at these prices. So based on that, they're saying that the average income should be what, $84,000 now? So that means that with $240,000, I should be able to buy a new house. It's not possible. And also the average income is not $84,000. You know, most people are making way less than that. $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, but it's not $84,000. And based on this, I should be able to get a new car that's what? it says it would be like $5,000. So if my income is $80,000, a new car should be like $20,000, which most of the time they also are not. I mean, unless you're getting a value car. Also, if you're looking at this, your rent for the year should only be 15% of $6,000, which would be about $2,000 something dollars, which our rent is not 15% per year. It's like 30 or 40% per month. So yeah, something is definitely wrong. New car, nothing is adding up. So basically, we're not making enough to support what things cost, and it's a horrible thing.
Now, despite what the media is telling us, I assure you that middle-class Americans are struggling. Now, many people are just barely scraping by, and a lot of people are having to use credit cards just to keep their heads afloat and to make ends meet and keep the utilities on. And again, the media is not telling us that. Now, it is becoming very evident that Donald Trump is about to inherit a disastrous economy. And there's something called the yield curve. And the yield curve just became uninverted. And every time this has happened historically, it is followed by a very bad recession. Now, I want to take a step back in time for a moment and take a look at Ronald Reagan. Now, Ronald Reagan inherited an economy very much like the one that Trump is about to inherit. And it took Reagan about 2 years to get the economy up and going again. And I think Trump is going to find himself in a very similar boat. Now, in order to get out of this recession, we first have to acknowledge it. And I hope Trump's advisors are telling him that. Now, the stock market and the real estate market, they are both in a serious bubble. And this bubble, I do believe, is greater than the bubble that we saw with the dot-com era in the early 2000s. And I also think it's even bigger than the 2008 recession. Now, Trump has got to come out ahead of the curve and immediately tell the American people what's really going on with our economy. And if he doesn't, the media is going to beat him to it and tell him their own version.